Welcome back. If you just joined us, you're watching the news at 10 on Channels Television, coming to you live from Lagos. A reminder of our top stories. National Economic Council meeting holds in Abuja. Chief Justice of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, sends warning to corrupt officials, tells them to prepare for probe. Water scarcity persists in Lagos. And Paris attack mastermind killed in a raid in France. Now, here are some of the pictures that you've sent in to us. Let's begin with this one from Enugu State, showing this motor accident. Our eyewitness reporter did not say whether the passengers survived, but advises motorists to obey traffic laws. Our next reporter sent in this picture of an open hospital ward with empty beds. And our reporter says this is the consequence of the health workers' strike, believed to be at the Federal Medical Center in Owerri, the Imo State capital. He wants this labor crisis resolved. Finally, here's a picture from Itu-Uyo Road in Calabar. The picture shows a heavily flooded road and a bus trapped in the flood. Our eyewitness reporter is calling on the federal and state authorities to help fix the road. Thanks a lot for sending in all your pictures, and do remember that you too can be a reporter for Channels Television wherever you are in the world. Now, residents of Lagos metropolis are still wondering when the water scarcity they've endured for the last 3 weeks will end. While some continue to seek alternative sources of water supply, others appeal to the government to act promptly while they wait.
Water, the most satisfying, thirst-quenching liquid. An essential part of human existence. Not only does it form about 75% of the liquid content of the body, it's also used for practically every human activity. It comes in various packages. In its natural element, repacked or portable. There's joy when it's available, but its absence can be very uncomfortable. That's been the situation in Lagos for at least 3 weeks. It's one story in different tones around town.
We've not had water quite a long time.
For like 2 weeks or 3 weeks now, no water, you understand? So we are all living on, as in, Aboki selling pure water, selling all those their water and everything like that to us. That's what we are now living on now.
We go to our neighbors, we bang on their gates, and it's quite embarrassing to us.
This lamentation is not over. For while some wonder why there is no information, others have gone political.
But I would have loved this, but the government is able to give us information. They're able to give us past information across to us, either by a editorial or a press conference, to let us know whatever the situation is. I'm hurt more because I paid till December and I've not had water for about a month. So how do you convert the rate, my 2,400 that I pay you every month for the month of November?
Our attempts to get the authorities to give answers to these questions proved abortive, as the management of the Lagos State Water Board were said to be at a budget defense meeting. A statement issued by the Commissioner of Environment explained the course, and the spokesman of the agency buttressed it when he spoke to us via telephone.
Tanzania released a statement that we had some technical issues. I think you must have read about it. And then we put those things behind it and we are doing production. Any minute from now, water will be flowing in Lagos.
If all goes as planned, these dry taps will get wet again. But when this will happen is left for the authorities. Nel Taigbe, Channels Television News.
Well, as you heard in that report, there was a budget meeting. The managing director is now here. He joins me on the News at 10 tonight. Thank you so much, Mr. Mumuni Badmus, for joining us on the News at 10 tonight.
Thank you, Ms. Joma.
One of the frustrations Lagosians are having is information. What exactly is causing the scarcity right now?
I thank you very much for having me here today. And I would like to apologize to our customers for what had happened. We did our best. We had some mechanical failure. And that failure, we mobilized our staff quickly to make a repair and the necessary corrections to the failure. And since then, I'm glad to tell you and tell our customers that we are back in operation as I speak to you today. And the state have committed funds to repair some of those aging equipment.
So are you confirming that tonight Lagosians can turn on their taps and water is going to come out tonight?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, but in terms of the challenges you had resolving it, yes, you say you're back and you've apologized. It took 3 weeks. What has been the challenge that you've had in resolving that crisis in terms of your equipment?
Initially, what happened was we mobilized our crew. We thought it's something that we can get into operation right away. But it took longer than we had expected. So then we have to reach to the state governor, and he made available funds and resources for us to get what needs to be done. And we are back in operation right now as I speak.
All right, so moving forward, one of the most painful issues that people went through was not knowing what was happening. Moving forward, how best do you think you could handle this sort of crisis if it ever happens again, to reassure people that you're actually on top of the situation rather than just saying so?
Again, I apologize, and we did not do, and I take full responsibility for that. We did not really communicate to our customers as we're supposed to, and I'm sure that we have put a lot of machinery in place now to make sure that we notify our customers promptly.
All right, Mr. Mumuni Badmus, Managing Director, Lagos Water Corporation. Thank you for joining us on the News at 10 tonight and giving us the assurances that you have. We move on now. A 2-day forum to stimulate private sector investments and allow for partnership between the government and public sector has been put together by the Niger Delta Development Forum. At the event, which held in Asaba, the Delta State capital, members of the group offered solutions to the problems which they believe have stifled development in the Niger Delta region.
The Republic of Niger
But can afford that, you know?
This was what the gathering looked like on the first day of the forum. Members of both the public and private sectors in one room, listening intently to what speaker after speaker had to say.
The youth in the Niger Delta need to be engaged.
The host governor, Ifeanyi Okowa, charged the forum to identify areas that the Niger Delta state could cooperate some more on.
While we have got certain things right, there are others that need our attention and follow-up. Specifically, I welcome ideas on how we can reposition our agricultural economies, undertake public investments in critical social and economic infrastructure, and accelerate industrialization in our various states.
For the USAID Nigeria Mission Director, the governments in the region need to focus on 2 critical areas.
The first, as I said earlier, was infrastructure. The inability to move in this part of the region is choking this region, both east to west, but also north to south. And the second is security.
They also say the focus on oil, which Niger Delta is famous for, needs to shift.
If you look at including Nollywood, entertainment, and all of these in the rebasing of the Nigerian economy and the impact of that, you will find that stronger attention to commercializing culture in a global way will earn Nigeria more revenue.
Partnering is how to advise government to begin to look at the ways to develop those sectors so that inclusive growth will occur.
The volatility is usually somebody who wants something. You need to find out what the person wants. What are the person's root problems? You know, there are not many human beings who are just naturally aggressive or naturally militant per se. Usually there is a grievance. What is the grievance? Let's address the grievance.
This is not the first forum or conference on issues affecting development in the Niger Delta. But events like this keep them on the front burner. Indigents and residents alike can only hope that recommendations reached here will help improve not only their economies, but also their standard of living.
When the news at 10 returns, Kogi governorship elections just days away. We focus on that in a few minutes.